Breaking news coming in. This one is a good one. After a visit to the Airbus facility, Prime Minister Modi reached French space company CNES in South France's Toulouse. This a day after an MOU was signed between ISRO and CNES for sharing and using data from the Indo-French Mega Tropiques satellite. The agreement also proposed cooperation in the area of space sciences. Modi will now travel to Lille, from where he is scheduled to drive to the World War I Memorial to pay homage to Indian soldiers who died during the war. Let's get a word from our Deputy Editor Smita Sharma, who's with us live this afternoon. Smita, this is going to be a hectic schedule for Prime Minister Modi after that big achievement with the Rafale deal. Now Prime Minister Modi visits the CNES.
Well, as far as the Rafale deal is concerned, there seem to be different, in fact, opinions coming in here, because some experts, in fact, seem to suggest that this deal has been done at a greater price, while India is, of course, buying around 36 Rafale jets off the shelf. But some experts, in fact, they're suggesting that there is an alternate parallel, in fact, dialogue on for the original plan of buying, not just buying, but manufacturing around 126 Rafale jets under the core defense production norms in India. Now, here in Airbus, of course, Toulouse, remember, is around an hour and a half by plane from, of course, Paris, where the Prime Minister landed this morning. Airbus is really, it's not just a French company, it's an iconic European, in fact, firm which has, of course, bases across Europe. And there was, of course, a significant announcement. We'll have to see how it translates on the ground. Airbus has promised an increase in its outsourcing, in fact, investments to India from the current $400 million, to almost $2 billion. So also from here, he is touring this facility. Remember, the space station, nuclear defense space, these are really the core areas where India is looking at greater cooperation with France. And interestingly, in fact, I actually saw some reactions coming in of Indian students also who are actually studying at the space station, the French CNES, and they seem to be pretty excited about the Prime Minister's presence. But we will see some emotional visuals also play out once the Prime Minister, of course, in an hour's time embarks again to fly to Lille, where he will, of course, be paying tribute to the almost 10,000 Indian martyrs of World War I.
Thanks so much for giving us the latest on the story. These are live visuals that we're getting you from Toulouse in France. Now, India and France announced the key Rafale jet deal yesterday. Prime Minister Modi said he had already ordered 36 ready-to-fly French-made Rafale fighter jets to modernize India's aging warplane fleet. The announcement was made soon after the meeting between the two leaders. The deal, another boost for French manufacturer Dassault Aviation, could be worth about 4 billion euros. French President François Hollande said Defense Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian will travel to India soon to finalize the deal. France and India have already been in exclusive negotiations for the last 3 years. The value of a larger 126 plane deal being negotiated is estimated to have grown to about $20 billion from an initial price of $12 billion, primarily because of Indian requirements. However, BJP leader Subramaniam Swamy has threatened to take legal recourse if the government went ahead with the Rafale jet deal, saying there were many shortcomings in the aircraft.
Sir, that the requirement of the Air Forces of 126, and that was flagged almost a decade back. This government has been in the chair for 10 months now, and the deal that has been announced is of 36. This, obviously, you're aware, does not in any way meet the Air Force's requirement. Do you not feel that it's too little too late in a way, sir?
No, that is one way of looking at it, too little. Government has taken a very bold step of trying to expedite things, and as I told you a little while ago, the third perception has to be taken care of first, and all other things can wait. Therefore, whatever action is being taken, both in terms of expediting the process and ensuring that the correction aspect does not delay unduly, and in the meantime, whatever can be done, wherever short circuiting can be done, wherever you can, we can make more efficient your ability to confront the threats that you have perceived. You have perceived yourself, government has perceived, it is not been perceived by anybody else. So therefore, whatever government is doing with a sense of purpose.
We've had a scenario now that this has been announced. A member of your own party, Mr. Swamy, says, I will go to the court if the Rafale deal is, processed ahead. The Congress He's having problems with the plane. He's saying they are possibly not the best ones. The Congress party has also criticized what happens to the Make in India campaign. A lot of politics has come about in the last 12 hours after this announcement.
I am not capable, not interested in making political statements. All that I am saying, as a soldier, as a chairman of the Defence Committee, that the country should make all possible efforts in order to ensure that we are able to meet, if not fully, partially, the threat perception. If the equipment is bad or not up to that is for people to decide. It is not my business. And in any case, any individual is a democratic country. Anybody can do anything and say anything. So I will not like to respond to that. But the only thing I can say is that the government has tried, should try to make up the deficiencies which have all these years existed. And the state of Air Force, as you all know, it's in the public domain, is very unpleasant.
Right, so different opinions coming in on the deal, on the Rafale. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi has signed on for 36 fighter aircraft. On one hand, you have BC Khanduri, who was chairing the Parliamentary Committee on Defence, who had criticized the shortage of crucial aircraft for the Indian Air Force. On the other hand, you have Subramaniam Swamy saying that he will take the NDA government to court if the government decides to go ahead with this deal.